Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Drawing Down the Stars. I'm Snappy, and thank you for joining me for our daily tarot reading. Today, July 2nd. It's beautiful to see all you. Thank you for coming. And as always, we're going to give a shout out to the first here in the chat. So, good evening to Beatnik Bulba. Great to see you. John P. Ryan, Merrick Mysteria, Lisa, wonderful to see you. Nikosmas. So great to have you all here on a wonderful, beautiful Tuesday. So we're going to begin, as always, by talking a little bit about the astrology. It's quite interesting and beautiful energy. What we have is we have this shift in the moon. We have the moon moving into Gemini. And this is energy that I love, right? Gemini is an air sign, but it is all about communication, right? It's all about communication. It's all about being flighty and fun and having that energy of just playfulness and humor and frivolity, right? It can be a bit fleeting and abstract and your mind can wander, but you can also be deeply intellectually driven and stimulated. Or you can have incredibly passionate fun. Now's the time to really let loose, have a bit of a party, enjoy yourself. And with the sun and the Cancer, it's also a time to do this with people who you are close with. You have that deep emotional bond, right? It's fun energy. Embrace the fun, embrace the humor, and try to go with the flow. It's flighty, and don't get too caught up, Now's the time to just embrace the ridiculousness, right? To me, it's very Ganesha energy, right? We're going to have some fun today. We're going to do something a little bit different. I was given a bunch of different books here to do the sortes with. These are books that were chosen by someone else. So it's going to be interesting, and we're going to see how the messages flow. I haven't read any of these books, but it should be interesting. This particular one, I'm really excited to check out. I intend to read all of these books. So this is Women Who Run with Wolves, Myths and Stories of the Wild Woman Archetype. Clarissa Pinkola Estes, PhD. Ooh, pretty interesting stuff to me. I love this idea of the Scythian, Amazonian women and all those similar kind of myths. There's some really profound magic in there. So we're going to have fun with this. All right. So for those of you who are unaware, we're going to start by doing the sortes. The sortes is a form of bibliomancy, that is divination through literature, where we flip through a book. We stop at random, we select a line, and we read it, and we take a message from it. And of course, as always, we invoke the muses, the goddesses of inspiration. So we're going to begin with this Wild Woman by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. All right. Muses, guide my hand. What is the inspiration? What is the message today? And so it went until one night when the child Uruk was awakened by shouting and sat upright in his sleeping skins. Wow. This is a really profound image, intense image. Have any of you ever been awakened just suddenly in your sleep? Had like a really bad dream? Or remember a time when you were a young child, and you had one of those moments where you were just awoken, startled in the middle of the night, uncertain, looking around you, right? This is a really interesting energy to reflect on and to think about, and to think about those kind of dreams that can really knock you out. And what are the messages? Usually when you are awakened and it's that kind of intensity, there's something you need to pay attention to, something you need to look to in those dreams. So the message I'm receiving from the muses in this sense is to look to our childhood memories around those kind of dreams. If you can remember those dreams and what they are, reflect upon them. Otherwise, reflect upon your dreams seriously in general, and just try to see if there's any intensity there, because there could be a big message. All right. That was the first sortes from Women Who Run with Wolves. Really interesting. That was fun. Okay. This book I'm really excited to read. It's by Alan Chapman. It's called Magia. And it's a really interesting magical book. published by Barbarous Words. It was recommended to me, and it's just the kind of magical stuff that I'm into. So fantasy and magic all rolled into one. And Alan Chapman is an amazing author that everyone should check out. All right. Muses, guide my hand. What is the message for Magia? Okay. What is the inspiration? Because the apparent knowledge that is being displayed is pretty much the same as what you would have with awakening anyway. Yes? Because the apparent knowledge that is being displayed is pretty much the same as what you would have with awakening anyways. Wow, is this not clarifying the previous message? The apparent knowledge that is being displayed is pretty much the same as what you would have with awakening. What do you see when you awaken? What is it to come out of the dream and to wake up into a new reality? Wow. The apparent knowledge that is being displayed is pretty much the same. As above, so below, right? Is the escape the same as waking up from a dream? Wow, that's a profound image. The muse is on fire today. All right, let us continue. So this is an interesting book, Whole Brain Living. It's not the normal kind of book that I would use, but again, these were all recommended to me. But this was also something that was messaged or referenced by a member of our Discord community, Pate. So I think this will be extra synchronistic and interesting. All right, let's see. Muses, guide my hand. I got it upside down. 1 second. Muses, guide my hand. What is the inspiration? What is the message? All right, here we go. Our right brain character, on the other hand, assesses the threat in the present moment based completely on the information it is processing in the here and the now. Our right brain, on the other hand, assesses the threat in the present moment based completely on the information it is processing in the here and the now. Wow. Your right brain, right? This is sort of widely considered to be the more feminine, the more abstract, the side of yourself. Wow. Interesting. That's something to consider and to think on, right? So much of the magic is learning to communicate with the two sides of yourself, the two sides of your brain, right? Each of us has multiplicities, and we need to learn to communicate within ourselves. And part of that is recognizing how that communication presents itself. And this is telling you, right? That right brain, right? It is going to see the threat in the present moment based completely on the information it is processing in the here and now. It's that reactionary, right? It's beyond that logical sense. It's almost that instinct. Interesting. Wow. All right. We are now going to go to Don Juan in Hell by Bernard Shaw. This is a really interesting book. Really, really cool. Let's have some fun and see what Shaw has to tell us. All right. Muses, guide my hand. What is the inspiration? How do we best move and flow? Okay. He left 17 pounds club money, and his wife spent it all on his funeral and went into the workhouse with the children the next day. Oh, wow. Jeez. He left 17 pounds club money, and his wife spent it all on his funeral. And he went into the workhouse with the children the next day. I think this is a reminder to think on the present, to think on these harsh realities sometimes of work and what we are required to do in order to survive and to take care of each other. Fortuna strikes, right? Fortuna strikes, ever fickle, ever fickle. And we have to be aware of these things. Wow. A little bit of a harsh reality there from Don Juan. Okay. This is an interesting looking book. The Overstory. All right. I'm not too familiar with this, but again, it was recommended to me. So I'm just going to read the jacket to you all, and it's going to be some fun. And then we'll do the sortes. All right. It says, a monumental novel about reimagining our place in the living world by one of our most prodigious, talented novelists. Okay. An Air Force loadmaster in the Vietnam War shot out of the sky, then saved by falling into a banyan. Oh, a big tree. An artist inherits 100 years of photographic portraits, all of the same doomed American chestnut. Oh. A hard-puttering undergraduate in the late 1980s electrocutes herself, dies, and is sent back into life by creatures of air and light. A hearing and speech impaired scientist discovers that trees are communicating with one another. These 4 and 5 other strangers, each summoned in different ways by trees, are brought together in a last and violent stand to save the continent's few remaining acres of virgin forest. Oh, cool. In his 12th novel, National Book Award winner Richard Powers delivers a sweeping and passionate work of activism and resistance that is also a stunning evocation of and a paean to the natural world. From the roots to the crown and back to the seeds, the Overstory unfolds in concentric rings of interlocking fables that range from antebellum New York to the late 20th century timber wars at the Pacific Northwest and beyond, exploring the essential conflict on this planet, the one taking place between human beings and non-humans. There is a world alongside ours, vast and slow, interconnected, resourceful, magnificently inventive, and almost invisible to us. This is the story of a handful of people who learn how to see a world and who are drawn up into its unfolding catastrophe. The Overstory is a book for all readers who despair of humanity's self-imposed separation from the rest of creation and who hope for the transformative, regenerative possibility of a homecoming. If the trees of this earth could speak, what would they tell us? Listen, there is something you need to hear. Ooh. Well, this is definitely my kind of book. This sounds amazing. All right, this is going to be fun. Let's see what it has to offer. Music, guide my hand. What is the message from Overstory? What is the inspiration? Okay. That's what I'm saying. What's crazier? Believing there might be nearby presences we don't know about, or cutting down the last few ancient redwoods on Earth for decking and shingles. What's crazier? Believing there might be nearby presences we don't know about, or cutting down the last few ancient redwoods on Earth for decking and shingles. Well, I think we all know what's crazier. I think we all absolutely know what's crazier. You know, the world is interconnected. This is, makes me think of, oh gosh. The natural world is just always speaking to us. It's always constantly in communication. If only you have ears to hear, right? If only you could look around you and witness the transformation and the change ever present, That's reality. But you know what is crazy? Clear cutting for IKEA. Wow. All right. Beautiful. Wow, that was a beautiful, beautiful sortes. I absolutely love that. Those were the books that were recommended to me. I hope that was rewarding. I sure found it rewarding. We are now going to jump over to our Ganapati Oracle. I believe this is super fitting with this energy of the moon in Gemini. All right. So let us see what the great god Ganapati Ganesha has to offer, the Lord of the Threshold, right? The one who sends our prayers to where they need to go, the Lord of the Ganas. Okay. Guidance. Wow. And who does he see guidance from? The ancestors, his direct ancestors, right? The patriarchs in his realm. Interesting. We need to look to guidance and to look to those people of the past to do that power of necromancy. Go back to those books, go back to our roots, go back, listen to our fathers, listen to our grandfathers, right? Beautiful, beautiful energy. And also you can do the same on the matriarchal side as well. Go to your grandmothers, to your mother, to your roots, right? Whatever those roots are, seek that guidance, speak to them, connect to that deep, deep, profound blood, get the guidance. Love it. All right. Beautiful, beautiful energy from Lord Ganapati. All right. While we are here on vacation, we are going to continue using the Golden Thread Tarot. I thought that was really rewarding the other day. So we're going to do 2 spreads. We're going to do first the Golden Thread Tarot, and then we're going to go to our usual Thoth Tarot. All right. So, Muses, guide my hand. What is the message? What is the inspiration? And if always we're going to use our Saturn square, this is where we invoke that power of Saturn, that wisdom, where we dissect our life, cut it up, put it on the plate, look at the interconnections, examine the conflicts. Where do we need to evolve? How can we better move and flow? How do we manifest our true will? We cut our deck in 3. The middle card is always the most important. Oof. Death. Beautiful, beautiful death. This is a wonderful card because it always is a symbol for a new beginning, a transformation, and transformation is always a beautiful thing, And this is that transformation that you see coming, the ending of old and the beginning of the new. This is a marking point. So look at where you are, because where you're going is not where you have been. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. Okay, let us see where this is going. Death. How we love to see. Okay. Queen of Wands. Interesting. I had titled our stream today after the Knight of Wands. So in the Thoth deck, the knights are the kings in the equivalent of those based on the Rider-Waite decks. So this is using the traditional Rider-Waite nomenclature, but it's the similar energy. So the queen is interconnected to that Knight of Wands, that King of Wands, right? The Queen of Wands is that passionate, loving energy, that incredible ability to manifest, but in that, that way that inspires others, right? That is beautiful and profound. The Queen of Wands is also that incredible goddess energy, right? Some of the most powerful, beautiful energy in the whole deck, in my opinion. To me, this is, I've said it many times, but it's Beyonce, right? Erykah Badu, Taylor Swift, those incredible, incredible, provocative, powerful women who are just in and of themselves and inspire. The key is that inspiration, that inspirational, transformative, performative energy, right? Think about that. This is that embodied energy of pursuing that loving passion and inspiring others. All right, where's that going? So with that death, what I'm seeing is that, this ending of the cycle is allowing that queen to come in. Wow. Love to see that. Two queens. We are in balance here. The Queen of Cups. This is really beautiful. This is energy that is coming together in a really profound way. The Queen of Cups is the similar energy, but is that queen energy that is manifesting that loving cup, right? It's those mothers, those people who give, those shoulders to cry on, the people who just have that loving abundance and who are willing to give it freely, who really care and listen and want to be that comfort. This is, the divine feminine in her most comforting kind of energy, that mother who supports, right? Who gives that emotional love freely, but she can also be emotionally demanding, right? It's intense energy. And we have the cup and the wand. Wow. Fire and water. Intensity coming together with that transformation. Where's this going? Wow. Six of Pentacles. This is beautiful energy. Beautiful, beautiful energy, right? The 6 is the most balanced number, right? And this is in your foundation. This is in your reality, right? This transformation is producing this incredible wealth, stability, and balance. This is what you want. This is what you truly desire. This is reality set right. Wow, that is a powerful energy to come in. Where's this going? Interesting. The Page of Cups, right? In Crowley's deck, this would be the Princess of Cups. This is beautiful, beautiful energy. This is that birthing energy, giving birth to something that will grow to become so much more than what it was, right? Such profound energy. And in that cup, this is the production of love and emotion, and is in that pursuit, right? So this could be a child, this could be a project, but this is the coming together of two forces to produce something beautiful in this loving, emotive energy. And this energy needs to be nurtured, needs to be cared for. But if it is nurtured and cared for, it will rise and become something far greater. Maybe a king, maybe a queen, right? Beautiful. Love to see that energy. And it's connected to that death again, right? As our center. So this transformation is bringing in birth as well. Amazing. Wow. 5 of Swords. Intense worry, right? So what I'm seeing here, there is a lot of worry about this child, about this new energy coming in and the financial ability to support and to build that foundation. Even as this energy is coming in as a manifestation of this transformation, and this is a beautiful thing, there is a lot of uncertainty regarding that foundation. But it's connected to the success, But this is still something to be incredibly worried about. You don't want to be overthinking and hurting yourself in this regard. Don't let something like, so often we get caught up in, am I secure? Am I safe? Am I stable? Can I provide? We just saw that message about Fortuna can come out of nowhere and strike you dead. And that's that energy. This is that worry that we have. But we have this incredible foundation here, right? Interesting. We'll keep going. And there they are, the King of Wands. Knew they were going to show up. It was just a matter of when. And they're coming as a result of this transformation. We're going to embody this King of Wands. The King of Wands is incredibly driven, passionate energy. Apollo, Helios, that really almost like driven for that beauty, for that joy. It's the masculine version of the queen. So it's far more self-centered, and it's far more brash, right? So as I put in the message today, right? Trust in your ability, right? The King of Wands can move mountains. King of Wands can have anything they want. But the issue is the King of Wands runs ahead without thinking, right? And maybe the King of Wands doesn't know what they want. So there needs to be a plan put into motion. You have the ability. Do you have the reason? Interesting. So this death, this transformation is bringing in, right? That 6 and now that king in a direct line. We'll see that when we flip our camera later. But wow, beautiful energy. Connected to that king is the devil, right? Well, the devil is such interesting energy. The devil gives you what you want, right? The devil is that power to ascend the mountain, to draw down the star, to have it all, right? He gives you the fire, right? So the question is, what do you do with it? Are you going to be bound by it? Are you going to be driven to obsession? You know, the devil just gives you what you want. What you do with it is up to you. And this is profound energy with that knight, with the king, of wands. Because the King of Wands is passionately driven, lustful even, right? They are the kind of person who, when they're given what they want, maybe they overdo it. But at the same time, they have the ability, more than almost anyone, to ascend that mountain. So there's a real profound opportunity here. Profound opportunity. And you need to pursue it, right? But the devil is always that danger of hurting yourself. You got to do this with wisdom, you know? If you ask for the moon and the stars, you may just destroy the earth, you know? All right, let's continue. Wow. This energy is continuing to show up for me lately. This 8 of Cups, right? The 8 of Cups energy is really hard to deal with because it's that energy of there is flow in some and then there's not flow in others, right? There are some that are not in balance. There is a need to redistribute. Like, it's better shown in Lady Frida Harris's art. I love, you guys know my thoughts. In Lady Frida Harris's art, you have 4 cups that are overflowing with water into one another in reciprocal flow, while all around them is devastation. And the other cups are chipped and empty, right? And it's like people are trying to come in. They want to be in flow, but they have nothing to give. You cannot receive if you have nothing to give. So this is partially energy of cleansing, coming together with those people you need to, being in flow, right? And learning to cut out that energy that can't flow with you, right? There has to be a give and take, right? And it has to be in flow. Wow. Maybe you also pushed too hard too quickly. You expanded out from your foundation. You gave your love freely, but you gave it to those who weren't in flow, who weren't reciprocating. That's tough energy to receive. And it's one that we're seeing is connected to this devil energy and to the knight and to the king energy. This is what I'm getting is the theme of the last few readings is, right? We asked for love. We ask for connection. We want these cups, right? So when you ask for love, sometimes you get the needy. You get those who are desperate for love, who have nothing to give. you know? And that's no fault of their own, but it is hard, right? And, you can only give so much. You have to be in balance and flow. So now it's about learning to balance your connections, learning to move and flow with those who can give and receive. Interesting. And then that king, that wands, you have the ability to ascend the mountain. Everything is here. You just need to be in flow. Wow. All right. We are now going to flip our deck here. So please excuse me. I don't have my normal setup, so it's going to be a little bit whatever. Also, before I do that, I'm just going to ask you all, if you could give me a like. It makes a huge difference. It really does boost the algorithm. It's a little blessing and it's good karma for you. And if you are interested, you can also send me a message at snappydts@gmail.com. If you go in the description, you'll find my email. Or you can message me on the Myth and Lore Discord. I'm Snappy or Lady Snappy. If you just want to chat, just shoot me a message. We don't have to talk tarot. All right. Beautiful. All right. Let us tilt the camera. Here we go. So this is our spread. We're going to start now by reading our top downs. And we're going to start over here. So we have our Queen of Wands. Wow. What did you want? What have you been asking for? What did the devil give you? He gave you the fiery Queen of Wands and the beautiful Child of Cups, that page, right? Beautiful, profound energy, right? Pretty clear. You ask for these connections in your life, right? So look for this Queen of Wands. Look for this child that needs to be nurtured, this project, this beautiful thing that can grow and become something. And it's going to be in this emotional energy of the cup, right? Wonderful. Interesting. The question with this energy is, can you handle it? Can you handle these two? This is a lot of energy. This is a lot of profound depth here. Are you prepared for what you asked for? Let's continue. Now we have our death in the center, right? What is this death bringing in, this transformation? It's bringing in that manifestation, that Six of Pentacles, that incredibly profound security. And you're going to become that king, that person who can pursue and do what they desire. You have the ability. You can do just about anything. Just don't be reckless. All right. Now we're going to go over here. We have our worry, Queen of Cups. Yeah. And that indolence energy. This is profound energy, because what I'm seeing is, the Queen and the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. This is a loving connection. This is a loving partnership, and this person this Queen of Cups is that energy of that person who wants to be in that communicative, loving flow. They want to be that mother. They want to be that one who can offer the shoulder and listen and be there for others, right? But it is so difficult, right? How can you give when you're not receiving enough, right? And how do you handle those who come up short, right? This is very hard energy to embody. That Queen Mother, she gets her cups run too dry, and then she lashes out in anger, right? And she can be a bit intense at that time, right? And this is hard, it's such difficult energy, and all this worry about it too. But the Queen can give, right? And I think the key to it is always, right, go back to that foundational energy and recognize that worry is often a product mostly of just yourself. It's not real. Industry. Okay, we're now going to do our cross. We're going to start with this one. Well, Well, the devil has given you what you want. Part of the devil's challenge, right, is the worry. The worry that comes with getting on what you wanted. Now you have responsibility, you know? Now you have commitments, you have engagements, intense energy, but beautiful energy too, you know? The devil is not bad energy. It's just learning to work with it, right? You can use it to manifest all your dreams. Wow. The death energy is coming in, and this is beautiful because in the next diagonal, what is that energy that is ending? But finally, we're going to end this Eight of Cups, and we're going to get in this new Page of Cups, that loving child that will grow and transform and become the queen or the king. Beautiful, you know? And if we nurture this, there's so much in ability and magic here. Love to see it. Wow. So the message here I'm getting is just to embrace this transformation, to recognize and be and embody that King of Wands, you know, and to trust in your ability. You trust in yourself to be able to produce that wealth. Trust in yourself to be able to provide and connect to this beautiful, loving pair, right? That queen and that child. And, you know, don't worry so much about being that queen mother who can provide for everyone. You don't need to provide for everyone. Just provide for that foundation that's in flow with you, right? Embrace the transformation. Be in flow. Be cautious, right? Don't go rushing into things too crazily like a King of Wands can sometimes do, you know? Don't over worry things. That seems to be the devil's trap. He's even just telling you outright, you know? So embrace the change and stop worrying. There's a loving connection between the cups and the wands here, and it is bringing this incredible transformation. All right, love to see it. I hope that was all deeply resonating for you. It was deeply resonating for me. Okay, I love to see it. I love to see it. Thank you guys for watching. And if you could, give me a like and a subscribe. It makes a big difference. Excuse me. And if you are interested in a private reading, you can always email me, snappyddts@gmail.com. You can find everything in the description. We are now going to hop over to the Thoth Tarot by Lady Frida Harris and Aleister Crowley. And as always, we're going to do the Saturn Square, which invokes that power of Saturn to dissect our life onto a plate, to look at all of our conflicts, to look at everything that we need to do and everything that we need to fix. All right. Well, I'm getting cards flying out here, so we're going to pause there. The muses are flying. So, our center card, the Empress, the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine in all of her personas. The two triangles combined in one, right? Aphrodite Urania and Aphrodite Pandemos. You know, that virginal mother of the sky and that lover of all of the earth. This is incredible, incredible energy, and it's about connecting to that feminine. So find that divine feminine in your life. Connect to it. Embody it. Embrace it. Love it. All right. Connected to the other side. Mental interference. Mental interference. We are again obstructing. If we're having difficulty connecting to that divine feminine, embodying that feminine, embracing that feminine, it is because of blockages that exist within the self. It is because we are overthinking this and we are not allowing us to move in flow. Our logic is preventing it. We are lashing out in questions rather than embracing, you know. What we were learning in the sword taste, right, is that right side brain, it's the reactive, right? It doesn't do this. So it doesn't respond well, right? That divine feminine is not going to respond well to this interference, You know, you're going to have to move and flow or she's not going to speak. Okay, let us continue. Yeah, the magus, the magician. To embody and embrace that divine feminine, you need to be that magician, that one that manifests their will, you know, that is in that magical creation, that is going out to try and pursue and to draw this down, right? And again, the only thing that is blocking that connection is this interference. Well, let's see where this is going. On the top of our square, we have the Chariot, right? Chariot is beautiful energy, Cancer energy. Now we have the sun in Cancer. This is profound energy for the moment about donning that armor and pursuing ahead on the path. You know where you're going. You know what you need to do. And you need to pursue this. I always think of Arjuna and Krishna. You know, what does Krishna tell Arjuna but to follow his dharma? Take responsibility. This is where you have to be, and you have to do what you have to do. And this is that energy. You manifested this. You are where you're meant to be, and it is your job to take responsibility, to don the armor, and to press ahead, right? Let's see where it's going. Yeah. But you're showing up. We're showing up as that energy of the prince. So this is both good and bad, right? The prince is beautiful energy. He's also in that chariot. It's that fiery energy. He's pursuing and chasing this divine feminine, right? But he's showing up immature, right? Showing up in a reckless way. If the King of Wands has a chance to be reckless, the Prince of Wands is almost certainly reckless. You know, this is that energy of that person just out to pursue their will, to in lustful energy, right? That's that young teenage boy who's just going out on the town. So this energy can definitely connect to that feminine, but that feminine does not want no boys. No, you know, that feminine does not respond well to this energy for long. Maybe she'll turn her gaze. Maybe it's fun for a minute, you know. That energy needs to mature. Where is it going? Okay. Interesting. So this prince in this chariot, right? It's all about manifesting and drawing down and connecting to that lust, right? That strength, that goddess, that Lady Babylon, right? See her riding upon the beast, drawing down the stars, right? Beautiful energy. And the stars are the peacock and the snakes, the twins. Beautiful, beautiful energy and incredibly powerful, right? That prince is in his chariot connecting to this. What's so interesting about this, and I know they're in the chat. I did a reading earlier for someone, and these exact cards showed up. I hope they're paying attention. Let's continue. Queen of Swords. Interesting energy here. The Queen of Swords is that, excuse me, the ultimate teacher. The divine feminine in that logical mode. The Queen again is that energy of inspiration, of building up, of kin building, of working with those around her. But in the air, it's about that logical mind, right? It's about pursuing that intelligence and about bringing that out in others. But you can also be fickle, right? And callous and all over the place as the air is. Interesting energy. And we have that connected to our Empress and to our chariot, which is interesting to see. So that seems like the Empress is manifesting in this logical way. Let's see where this is going. Wow. Connecting to that Queen of Swords is the victory, right? The Six of Wands, the fiery wands and the balanced strength and stability of the six. The six is the most stable and magical of the Pythagorean numbers, right? So this is that profound, overwhelming victory, growth that expands upon itself, stability and production. Beautiful energy to see, and connected to that logical queen, that teacher, that sharer of knowledge, right? But to this queen, there is this futility. You know, we have to be careful. There is this belief that maybe she, even though she is trying, she's in this energy of trying to be that teacher, trying to be that one who shares her knowledge. Maybe sometimes people turn up and don't understand. And then there's this futility that sets in, that people will not understand. They will not connect. They can't get this, right? Futility, this is that number, right? The 7 is expanding upon the 6. The 6 is science. The 6 was reason. The 6 was where it needed to be. But it can't stay the 6. You have to grow, right? So the 7 is that attempt to grow, but there's almost futility. How can you go bigger than this? How can you do anything in reason? And what happens, you see, with this, with the swords, is you can't. As you go higher and higher up, it becomes more and more just restrictive and confining and attacking of the self, right? So this is that belief that you can't expand, that you can't build upon what you have. It's futile. Why are you trying so hard? It's the first manifestation of the overthought, thinking that none of this is going to work. We have to overcome that futility. We can't let that sink into our minds and drive us. You know, and the Queen of Wands being, or sorry, Queen of Swords being that air, she is prone to that. She is susceptible. Wow. Beautiful energy, beautiful energy. We're seeing that Empress coming in. Okay. Before I flip my camera, once again, please give me a like and a subscribe if you have yet to. The likes really do help. They make a big boost in the algorithm, and it's a little blessing and good karma. And if you would like a private reading, please send me a message, snappyddts@gmail.com. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at our full spread here. We're going to start reading our top down over here. What is interfering with this victory? That immaturity, right? The interference, that 8 of Swords, right? We need to get over this. This is a result of us being in this immature energy, right? There needs to be a time where we kind of sit down, I think. Like, you know, the Prince of Wands wants to jump to 1,000. And so the energy here that I'm getting to manifest this victory, which is beautiful, is to just push through, right? Push through this interference. Just overcome this interference. Be in that chariot and push ahead. Your victory is here. You've already won. You already won. The only thing that's preventing you is that interference. So just embrace this reckless energy this time. You know, sometimes this immature energy can lead you to victory. All right, interesting enough. Let's continue. All right, we have that Empress. Beautiful Empress, you know, and what this is about transforming and embodying that and embracing that divine feminine. And to do that, we need to don our armor, to be in our chariot, to be in motion, to pursue what we've been pursuing. We're on the right path. We're doing the work. And we just need to continue. Trust in the flow. Trust in your dharma. You know the way, okay? Use this energy of momentum and this connection to the divine feminine to embody and become this Queen of Swords, that logical feminine, that pursuer of knowledge, the one who can inspire others, that teacher, the one who gives knowledge, right? Profound energy. Love to see it. Let's see where we're going. We have Lust, Lady Babylon herself, connected to that Magus and that futility. Well, this is very clear. You're trying to manifest that strength, that goddess, right? Lady Cybele, Lady Babylon. You're trying to draw down the star. You're doing the magical work and you're connecting. All that is holding you back is that belief that you can't. that it can't go any bigger than this, that you can't do it, that even though you are doing it, you don't deserve it, or it won't work even as it's working, right? Futility. We need to abandon this energy. Interesting. Okay, we're now going to do our crosses. So we're going to start with this one. That reckless young man, that pursuer, chasing after that empress, all that's holding him back is that mental futility. Sometimes you need to be that young man who chases. Sometimes you need to just be in that loving energy, right? And this is perfect for that moon in Gemini, that party energy, that lustful energy, that fun for all of this energy, right? Be the Prince of Wands who pursues that empress. Forget this. Forget the futility. Just be in that energy of passion. Wow. Now we're going to have this one. Yeah. If you can get this feminine, right? If you can be in this, embrace her, connect to her, embody her, whatever it is to you, how this empress appears. If you can connect to this energy, you can then connect to that strength, that greater energy, right? That divine, fiery red goddess, that great mother, Cybele, Babylon, whatever you wish to call her. She of many names. This is a victory, assured in fire, right? Profound, profound energy. And it's about being this restless lover right now. Pursue your lust. Chase after the muse. You know what you want. Go for it. That was a fun one. That was a fun one. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did. So I think for our final sorties, I'm going to go back to Magia because I had so much fun with it, and it's very poetic, this book. I really like the way that there's even some interesting way in the typography. So we're going to have some fun with this. All right. Muses, guide my hand. What is the inspiration? How do we best move and flow? Inspire us. I realized during the practice that I had been focusing my intention on the top of my head due to the habit of practicing a different meditation technique, instead of my attention going to the heart. Well, there's your answer, right? You got to do. What was the issue with the knight trying to embody that empress, connect to that empress? Is that they're thinking with their head when they needed to be thinking with their heart. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. Way to end it on that. Love to see it so much. Well, thank you all for joining me. This was a beautiful, beautiful reading, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Apologies again for the sound. I'm on vacation for a couple more days, so you'll have to deal with crummy lighting and crummy audio. All right, everyone. Thanks again. And if you liked what you see, give me a like and a subscribe. It makes a big difference. And if you would like a private reading, please send me a message, snappydts@gmail.com. You can find that in the description. You can also message me on the Myth and Lore Discord. I am Snappy or Lady Snappy. Thank you very much. Have a good evening, everyone. Take care. Peace and love.